I was really trying to think of something proper for tonight. I really want to just kind of set everything proper, good with a joke. And I know my humor isn't the best, but I do have aspirations. I mean, I want to be like the guy who invented the shovel. I mean, that was something that was truly groundbreaking.
You have zero right to laugh at any of the jokes I post in our chat. Ever. 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 Anybody, however many followers we have tonight or people watching live, that's how many apologies you owe at the end of the evening. Okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Noble and Nathan.
Yeah, we're at 4, so you have 4 apologies.
Oh, am I watching in another window?
Yeah, that's a good point. Apologize to us, too, because we were here for that bullshit. We expect better. Well, we expect different from you, Dave.
No, I paid for tonight's episode, so you know what? We're okay.
Today's episode brought to you by Dave.
Dave, you did. I want to thank you for that. This episode and the next couple months' episodes are brought to you by Dave, a true star screamer.
Hi, Nightwing. Bro, fist bump.
Yeah, man. Of all the people that are stuck at home right now, we should have easily, when we hit live, 3,000 people watching. I mean, like that. Especially if you have friends that know friends that have friends that are all. I mean, if your dog or cat has a YouTube account, log in. We'll take it.
I heard that podcasts have viewing of podcasts and listening to podcasts has drastically exploded over the past few weeks. Ours is the only one that actually went down.
And it says that right in the chart. It has every other mundane podcast for. Bye.
Jesus,
even T doesn't want to.
He's like, I don't even want to be here.
He's like,
I think his Omega Supreme fell over again.
Yeah. It's like Meatloaf said, 4 out of 5 ain't bad.
We were at war to add him to the stream. All right.
What? Web browser lost connection to my camera, whatever that means.
Yeah, my camera will fail at some point, so my screen will go black. It'll be an improvement, honestly.
All that time y'all were talking, it was just stuck on the Dave screen.
Are you sure? Are you sure it just wasn't my shirt?
Yeah.
Now, was that strategically placed? I have to give you credit then. If that top face was placed, so
I
you could pull that.
Well,
yes, I did actually. I did do that on purpose.
Joe knew about the Rona, so I can go out.
Oh my God,
right.
dude,
Ladies
Dave
and gentlemen,
bandanas.
You need to buy yourself
Dave bandanas.
Yes.
You need to buy yourself the Dave shirt, and you can go out. Not only will you be protecting your face, but you will definitely maintain social distancing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they're like, let's stand 6 feet away from that weirdo.
It kind of reminds me of
6 feet away from our 6 feet.
Reminds me of that poor guy that got covered in the vat of acid in RoboCop.
Oh God, Emil.
Look what happened to that guy, and look what happened to the Joker, Jack Napier. Who got the better end of that deal?
Yeah,
I don't know. If your skin is literally melting off of your bones, let's say the Joker got the better end of the deal.
Exactly.
And they got lucky twice with Harley.
I think he got lucky a lot more times than twice.
Oh.
What you enjoying there, T? What you?
Twizzlers. I finally bought some.
Some what?
Twizzler pulling pills.
Okay, I was going to ask. That didn't look like Twizzlers at first. It looked like it looked like
Red Vine, whatever.
And welcome everybody to an amazing episode of the Figure Action Podcast. I'm Dave. With me is the usual cast of characters. If you are catching us, please make sure to hit a like, give us a subscribe, and always hit that notification bell, because you can catch us completely derail this conversation and take the carpet right out from under that man.
I know. When was the last time we had a regular intro?
Never. Pray for Joe.
85.
Have we ever tried to do that?
We tried. Keyword tried.
When we have guests on, we do.
Yes, when we have guests.
I'm looking at our producer.
I don't think so. I think we have guests on, you need just the same opening because they need to have the tone set for them right off the bat and know what they're in for.
You know,
Because I don't. That's called a bait and switch. If we don't do that off the bat and really kind of set standard for them, and then later they're like, Jesus Christ, what is this bullshit? Like they should know that from the beginning.
It's another reason why we haven't had repeat guests.
well,
Right?
we've
Yeah, I
had,
don't think
we've
it's
had a
because
couple.
I haven't tried. No, it's because they've all scattered to the wind.
I mean, basically, our survivors are Nate Simmons and Kevin Womack. I mean, those are our repeat guests.
Yeah.
Not sure if anyone actually follows them on Instagram, but Cassie Sark's been putting design specs back on Instagram.
That's good.
That made me very happy, and he's got some cool stuff out.
Whatever happened to the hamsters? The thing.
Probably under Mass Toys, but he's got some cool stuff going on. I've always been a fan of his work. The only KFC stuff I ever liked was his designs. Plain and simple.
The hamster stuff was just his concept. I don't think anybody actually bought it or was going to produce it.
He did the Victory Leo, right?
Yes. He did Transistor. He did Victory Leo. Can't remember which stuff he did for MMC.
I can't remember what the hamsters were about.
Hamsters in the Universe.
He just did
Oh, yeah.
It was just a crazy off the wall idea.
No, I remember now. That was cool. I'd get 2.
Thank you. No effort randomness. And hey, Grail.
I paid no effort to say that. No effort. Whatever he said, I didn't see it.
Hey, listen. You people in the chat are precious to us. I will make sure we pay attention to you.
Should I click the comments on so I can see them? Okay.
You
Yeah,
should.
probably should do that.
You should. I should also move my. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
On my monitor.
We're doing a show that we do every Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we talk about action figures and
All kinds of cool stuff.
We often
We're gonna
venture into
start with-
video games and TV and movies as well.
And I think tonight we're going to do that because I think news has been a little bit on the light side, and one of the big things right now is trying to figure out how to stay entertained during the lockdowns. And
I watch reruns of the show and T-Man 978 reviews myself.
oh,
actually, I do kind of want to talk about that at the
I
end,
told him to say that too.
but
On 2x speed, right?
anyway, let's find out how you find folks are doing tonight. If you got anything cool, also, if you notice the shirt here, you can get it on our Teespring. Well, actually, you can't get this design on our Teespring anymore, but you can get some really cool designs
God.
on our Teespring. Just do a search for the Figure Action Podcast, or go to Teespring and look up Fap Shop, where you can get our designs. It helps our show out. We've got probably some of the cheapest shirts and merch available for any geek-based podcast out there. So take a look. Helps us out. You can support our show and get some cool designs put together by this dude right here. But first off, we're going to find out how a guy who you may have clicked on some of his videos, and you're probably missing his toy hunts because of the current state of the world. Mr. T-Man.
Rona.
What?
I said because of the Rona.
He said he's just going to go out and catch it so he can keep toy hunting.
No, but I mean, that's kind of like the thing, though. Like, if you were to go out and do one, I'm sure you get a lot of views, but you also probably get like a lot of lectures by people. Like,
Yeah,
whenever
a
you're
lot of
going out.
backlash.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there. I hate that. But I appreciate y'all concern. I filmed today at Walmart, but I had a whole scarf around my face. And I couldn't talk. I did talk at the beginning, but I'm like, I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to understand myself when I look at the footage. So I'm like, I'm going to have to just do voiceover for the whole thing. But so spoiler alert, I might have at least 4 or 5 minutes worth of footage in the future for toy hunts. And spoiler alert again, this is what I found, or what I purchased. 'Cause I found him more than once, but I finally got Ichiro Kirishima.
Is that the
Um,
McFarlane?
Yeah. This he does come with. Where did I just put it? The mask. Once it gets on, it looks right, but it is very difficult. It is like super duper form fitting, so it's way hard to get on there. But this comes off like Figma or art.
Or like a strong gust of wind hit
Yes.
David Spade.
But the only thing I'm not liking is exchangeable rock hands. They don't have any articulation in the wrist. I think they should have put the articulation in these, and his regular hand shouldn't have had the articulation if I had a choice. But other than that, I got Trini.
Jealous.
Same.
You'll get her, maybe.
I could bite the bullet and order from GameStop. I don't want to, but
No, she's not. Well, she does come with extra stuff, but I don't know if she's worth $30. Because you'll have to pay for shipping. How much you got to spend before you get free shipping?
35.
Yeah, but it's $5 shipping right now. So, and I have a $5 reward, so it would be $25 to get her. So I'm probably just gonna do it.
The GameStop thing I'd rather play Big Bad Toy Store than play GameStop.
Yeah, but you can't pre-order on BBTS right now. So
Well, you can't.
You can't?
I didn't see her on there. I saw the whole individually. I didn't see her on there. If I'm wrong, send me a link because I'll go that route.
I mean, I usually pick up a wave anyway, just because you know me.
Well, I'm only in it for MMPR.
Dang, it's a decent sized spider.
We got Wolf Spider.
As far as how I'm doing good. I don't think I'm sick in any type of way. I've been playing a lot of video games and not filming videos. So there's that. I guess I'll review this, but I'm not in a big hurry since Shoro Todoroki didn't get a lot of views. So that's that. We can go to the next guy.
But people are jonesing for new videos, man. I think
They are.
I know my YouTube feed has been fairly light here lately, so any new video probably get some hits.
I'm gonna try and send T a couple things by the weekend. I still have his birthday gift from Nate Simmons. I have to go to the UPS store to return some Amazon stuff, so I'm gonna go to the self-service post office hub and get some stuff out. So
I've been having fun on my little tiny vacation, but YouTube punishes you immediately. Like if you take 3 days off, whatever your earnings are normally, it just drops like $3 instantly.
Yeah. All right, moving along to the Widowmaker himself, True Star Screamer. Now that your condition has cleared up.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, I don't know if you can see it on there, but my arms still are going on. Yeah, I got to experience lovely North Carolina poison oak or poison sumac this week. I attempted to do yard work because my neighbors were being all productive, so I figured, hey, I should be productive. And I cleaned out all this brush, and I felt all accomplished. And then I started to scratch and scratch.
Don't do it.
Yeah, and then my face looked like I said I can't laugh at that scene from Hitch anymore. My face was swelling up. Yeah, these handsome features were visibly altered. It was not good. I was cutting them down. I was actually, I was slaying them, not loving them.
So slaying them, you're giving them the good wood.
And they got me itching. Dang it! I've been going through so much damn calamine lotion. It's not even funny. But so I've been suffering through that. But once that gets done, I'll be painting my front porch next. Yay, home ownership. But that's been and I've still been working virtually, sort of off the books, which has been kind of cool. Today, it's been a dry week until today, where this lovely lady appeared in my mail, courtesy
Yay.
of Nate Simmons' Toy Shop. I absolutely love this stand. The effects are neat, though they are kind of can only work with the stand, which I didn't realize. But I'm very pleased with her. And then I actually found where Grail lives, and I went through his neighborhood to his local Walmart, and I picked up the Abomination Wave. So, yeah, I have the entire wave.
I saw somebody got it marked down for like $5.50.
That never happens to me. Now, jokes aside, I was in my Walmart. I was actually looking for the Walmart Black Widow, and they didn't have any of the Black Widow, but they had the Abomination. I picked them up, though I left the Captain America because.
Yeah, he looks like great value. They really should have put like a Walmart exclusive sticker on there and just called it Great Value Captain America.
Honestly, I mean, all that with the exception of Miss Marvel, I actually don't mind most of these characters because I used to read the old Thunderbolts. I can always use another Iron Man. Rage is for my new Warrior shelf. Captain Marvel and Leader. You know, they're good characters, and this Abomination is actually pretty cool. I've seen him assembled, and he's it's actually a pretty neat build a figure.
Because the last Abomination we got, wasn't that based mostly off of the design from the Ed Norton Hulk movie?
No, actually, this is more like the Ed Norton Hulk one. The other one was very comic accurate, and it was originally on the SDCC one, and then the build a figure one actually had better paints than the SDCC one.
Yeah, the last one looked like a roided up gremlin.
And
I mean, it's good. I'm actually a big. I know you can't see me right now. I'm actually a big fan of the Abomination.
Just waiting on this one, but Grail, that should answer your question.
As of right now, yes, my toy section and electronics section is open, and my freaking website says that there is one Spawn there, and there is not.
Right, mine does too. That's why I went there.
So here's Marvel. He looks cool.
Spawn, I did pre-order from BBTS.
I ordered him as well.
You're weak.
I ordered Spawn and I ordered the G.I. Joe First Wave.
Nice.
I went through Nate, and he charged me already.
You're probably gonna have them before everybody else does, D.
That's true.
Hopefully. Hurry up, Nate.
But that's been my week.
All right.
One could say not quite epic, but I've been surviving.
Well,
You smell nice. Calamine smells nice.
That's a very odd thing to say.
next
That's
up,
actually a little
I remember what
creepy.
it smells like from when
Next
I had
up,
chicken pox as a kid.
we got the return of the crab, Joe.
Pray for Joe.
What's going on? Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, right. I mean, you said you were coughing. I hope you're doing good.
I'm doing fine. It's a bad. I think it's just bad time with combination of my reflux, which does cause a cough because it irritates down there.
Or
and,
Sportimus, your week was saved.
And allergies, man. Allergies have just been nuts. So it's like it's terrible for a seasonal allergy person because especially like with the whole Rona thing going on, you feel like if you go out in public and you have an uncontrollable cough that you're just gonna get shot.
Do you take anything for your allergies at all?
Dude, I've been taking everything and varying degrees of success. So I haven't really found like the perfect combo yet.
Have you ever tried Singular?
I took it. It's been a while since I took it, but I've taken it in the past, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one that worked for me of all of them. And then my
doing
doctor.
Zyrtec.
Zyrtec doesn't work.
Dayquil.
Zyrtec's what I take.
Nasal spray.
I use Walter.
Sometimes all of them at one time.
you just take a cocktail of seasonal allergy medication. It's like, yeah.
Trump's been promoting that hydroxychloroquine. So maybe I'll try that next. I'll get some of that
just
hydroxy.
don't take it for 5 years because then you'll go blind. Like, man, my allergies cleared up, but fuck, my glasses stopped working.
You can take it, just you like people take like 10 times the recommended dose just to really drive it home.
Yeah.
Like you'll go blind and then you'll look like Ronnie Millsap and Matt had a baby. God,
Well,
Ronnie Millsap is an obscure reference. I'm sorry.
If I overdose on the hydroxy, then the news can put the big headlines up. Trump kills famous podcaster.
Parts former says he took crab tank cleaner.
Crab tank cleaner, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. And then other than that, I had a huge ass spider on my shoulder earlier. So I'm sorry if I interrupted you, T. But I had like a dilemma there. You get a big spider crawling on you, and you instantly have a decision to make. It's like, do I let it bite me because maybe I'll get superpowers? Do I flick it because then it can come back to me, or do you try to catch it or kill it? And I chose to flick it. So he's over there.
So how big of a
part two?
It'll come back later.
How big of a spider are we talking?
It was literally it was about the size of my. Because I considered.
Is it as big as that one on your other shoulder right now?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. Lex, that ain't big.
No, it's not big compared to some of the spiders we have at my work.
Yeah,
those suckers will be like this big.
Yeah, those are wolf spiders.
Yeah.
I've had a few of them in the house.
Yeah, those are interesting because then they kind of look like the brown recluse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't get anything new. I've got a bunch of stuff here that I can say is new because I haven't opened it in like 3 weeks or over a month, I think. But now I haven't actually been out really shopping anywhere. I've pretty much been going straight home from work, and I haven't even stepped foot in a Walmart in 2 weeks. So, nothing. I do have some pre-ordered stuff that hopefully will someday ship.
I think we're all in that boat, just sitting here waiting for stuff to start moving.
Someday my toys will.
I've heard stuff is starting to ship from China and overseas.
We got a bit to talk about when it comes to that, so we'll stay tuned on that. Next up, Matt, how the hell are you? Did you get anything cool?
I did get something. It's not cool. So I'll talk. I got this down, so I'll talk about this.
Crab?
What's that?
Crab?
No crab. I haven't. He's just 20 minutes down the road, and I haven't seen him in weeks. So
we saw each other digitally.
Digitally, yeah. We'll do that again this week too. I mean,
I gotta
now
ask,
notwithstanding.
I gotta ask, like T's got like his thing on. I mean, Dave's got his hat on. My hair's I'm starting to look like I'll be solving mysteries out of a van with my dog soon. What is your hair secret? I mean, I know you have a hat on, but it doesn't look like from the sides.
Dang.
I mean,
that's like controlled.
It's called a shower. I got out of the shower, came downstairs. Otherwise, it would be poofy.
He's like a Saiyan. It doesn't. His hair style does not change. It doesn't grow.
He's like
thank you for noticing.
He's like it's all in the evolution.
But I will say the one thing that I'm excited about that no one else is going to be excited about is while YouTube video diving one evening, I came across a video about Chrono Trigger, my favorite game, and the guy actually wrote a book about it, and it's called Chrono Trigger Reverse Design. I haven't started reading it yet, but he dives into the mechanics of the game. Again, I'm excited about it. You all probably won't be excited.
No, I'm excited that you're excited.
I think that's awesome, man.
I think it's cool. I was crying that was not in the PlayStation remake.
So I will read this and give feedback then if enough people care. But he has a few other games he did it on. He did it on Final Fantasy VII as well. So if this is good, I might pick that one up. I'll show off. I've had it for a long time, and don't ask me where the hell I got it from. But I have in my collection this small scale High Wind from Final Fantasy VII. So it's one of my favorite things in the collection, and I can't honestly remember. Almost every piece in my collection, I can remember where I got it from, except this. I cannot fucking remember where this came from. It may have been a gift, which is probably
I got that for you.
So, breaking news: Joe did absolutely not get this from me because
I did. I remember it
until just now.
Breaking news: I just made a $4,000 sale.
Oh,
sweet!
Did you? Very good.
That's what you.
Now,
heard
wait a minute, Dave. You said you were working digitally.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
I know you can't fix stoves and grills over the internet. So, what are you doing online here? Are you doing a little dance.
Do you have to show your
thing, or like
No.
online Chippendale dancing?
I could be an amazing reviewer if I no. I'm working the chatbot system over at my work, so I'm pulling leads in from that,
Oh, okay.
and I just and they're paying me double commission for that.
Cool.
So you still have some income coming in, right? You're not.
Um,
I'm not prying about your financial situation, but you're.
Once things get up
surviving.
and rolling, once things are up and rolling, it'll be rolling back in. But yeah, I was actually smart. I just did my taxes, so I just got my refund yesterday.
Okay. Good
So
timing.
that's gonna exactly. So I'm just kind of timing everything out there.
As long as you don't know, that's a good timing.
How about your?
I got a cute, adorable deduction. You know that.
Did you get your government bailout?
Nah, not yet.
That was supposed to be
That's
today.
next week, right?
Oh,
Is it? Is it supposed to be that soon? I heard the end of April.
I heard that people were getting payments today.
Who
yeah?
said that? What
The
source?
internet. The internet said that.
Ah,
I heard next
Yeah,
week.
Sportimus
Yeah.
just paid me another $20 to keep my shirt on. I just got that by PayPal.
I think I'm
man,
the only person.
however you make your money.
and then Dave can turn that money right around to pay me to take my shirt off.
Sportimus send the next payment to him.
Why are we bleeding Sportimus all of a sudden? Man just wants to be entertained. Now we're flogging him for cash. Buy our shirts, by the way.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, let me ask, since everyone here is really fucking rude, how are you, sir? And what did you get?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing
Well,
great.
it is your responsibility to ask that because you were
I
the
don't really
last
care.
one that he asked.
Yeah. We'll have to put that in the show notes that Matt must always ask. And if Matt's not here, then I have to print a Matt head up with a movable puppet mouth and ask me how I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm going to stage an intervention.
Oh, you
for
already
that
had
shit.
one of those.
I
Careful,
don't.
Nate.
Yeah, but that's in the
Nathan,
bedroom.
that shirt causes blue screens of death.
I mean, we got to make one for Bolt Matrix. I also have to formally invite him on the show. But no,
But
he
with the
wants
mohawk.
one.
It's got to be the mohawk.
Yeah.
Though.
Actually, I almost brought it back this week. I actually, I was gonna have Lex run the Clippers in and do it because I'm getting kind of tired of this like Conan O'Brien meets Shaggy from Scooby Doo that I've got going on up here. But at any rate,
So what's saying, Richter?
You'd have to grow like 4 more feet to be as tall as Conan O'Brien because that dude is freakish, man.
yeah, I know, right? Little deviation. Back in the early 2000s, I went to the NBC studio tour and I saw his desk, and like they had like a virtual thing, like 'cause he couldn't be there when you did the tour, and he like talked about like how his knees would hit the desk something horribly because they gave him a normal person desk. They could not make a special desk for him, even though it was just part of the set. And he was popular enough. I mean, he was bringing in ratings for the godforsaken time slot he had. Yeah, but any rate, yeah, I've been doing good. I've got tomorrow off. I will be playing Final Fantasy VII Remake all day. I will also be smoking ribs, so I'm looking forward to. I won't have the music of Uematsu ruined. I'm actually really looking forward to that soundtrack. That may actually be like a gaming soundtrack I buy.
We're going to talk about all that.
So, yeah, it's been a good week. It's just it's been me working in my I'm still managed to stay out of IT. I've been working as a business analyst. It's been good. Actually, to get a couple things in, I got 2 of the exclusives from the TFCon that never was. I got Wheelie's mom, which
She got it going
She's
on.
got it going on.
God damn
May
it,
he
y'all
rest
stole
in
my joke.
peace. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, right. No, I like this. I tossed her in with my Diaclone stuff, so I actually have her next to Delta Magnus. And I know like a lot of people like just don't like this color scheme. When we were at TFCon, I was like, oh, it's so awful, but it's in that it's so awful range that I want it. And it's actually a really cohesive color scheme in hand, like this orange Here, it actually kind of has like a gold or a metal fleck finish to it. I love this mold. I think
And in
this
a
is
sea of gray robots or black robots, that thing's going to stand out really well on the shelf too.
well, with all the Diaclone stuff. No, the Diaclone stuff, they're like the rejects of the Transformers community. It's like if Joe Exotic's people in the zoo were Transformers, they would be the Diaclone shelf. Or the G2. No, they'd be the G2 shelf. But the Diaclone shelf, it's really out there. Next up, I got the Cell MMC Ravage, which was also apparently a TFCon Orlando exclusive.
Love that figure.
And yeah, this is my first go around with it. I like it. I really like the simplicity of it. I actually have it in the cage with my Autobot stuff. He actually comes with a new accessory where he has the little you can actually plug it into the top of where the ball peg is, and it comes with a little key, which Hound also came with a key, but I don't feel like getting Hound's box out, and this one fits the claw perfectly, so why not? So you can actually have him going through the cage.
So riddle me this: in what other situation is Ravage going to use that very specific accessory? I mean, assuming Ravage was real and the whole thing happened for real, like what is Ravage ever going to need that little telescoping limb for out of his paw?
Dude,
Two
when things
words.
get on the second shelf.
2 words: butt scratcher.
I was going to say hacking into Teletran 1.
Does it have hacking ability? I mean, grabbing a key off the ground is hardly what I would call hacking.
Well,
You know what?
They did whatever they wanted.
They did. Though it's kind of like the same sort of plot device as like RoboCop's data spike.
Or
R2 also has.
R2 or BB-8 with the things that come out.
Now with sound effects.
I got butt
Hey, Mom, have
scratcher.
you seen this tuition bill? Morningwood Academy is...
Sorry. But
yeah.
he would be able to use that for grabbing things that are on the second shelf, for example.
Normal
like that
height
cage.
People don't have that
I
problem,
love the
Dave.
cage.
That cage would be really good for Joe's females as well.
Oh God!
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Just for a cross sell, I'm just throwing it out there.
And
you
then-
might have just sold that.
I'm gonna pre-order one.
And then he gets the ultimate curator. Creepy Woody.
Put creepy Woody in the cage.
No, he's on top of the cage.
Because the cage comes in a flat box, right? Don't you have to assemble it?
Yeah, you have to assemble the cage. I mean, it's actually really substantial. But yeah, the box that this comes in, it's very small. And it's very small, but it's very dense. Yeah.
Is it metal?
Is the cage metal? No. The cage is plastic. But like I said, it's pretty substantial. It's not like Earthrise Prime's trailer. This is actually really really nice dense plastic.
I just ordered that
And it's
cage. We'll
painted.
see how it goes.
But
'Cause the cage comes with the extended claw and the key, so I can use that with my Ravage. I've got the original release.
yeah.
The only thing, did your set of instructions warn you about the tabs on the side of the cassette?
Not the instructions itself. There's a little piece of paper telling
Yeah,
you about
little
it.
add-in,
on top.
but-
Yeah.
Just a word of warning.
Word of
Yeah.
warning.
Only thing is
Vegeta.
the only thing I've got like with this one is there's like kind of like some rough die cast here where I think I might have to touch up the paint. But other than that, he's pretty good. So yeah, that does
You got to
it.
get the condors next.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
look, I've got one here.
those are the cheapest. Like I've seen those. Like people don't really hang on to them, but I
love
really
this.
want the Frenzy and Rumble. And yes, Nightwing, this guy is mostly metal. I mean, the tail is metal. The legs are metal.
I think
Taste in music is metal.
Oddly enough, isn't the like the joints on that like some of the only parts that are plastic?
I think so. Yeah.
I think those joints in the back, I think, are plastic.
Yeah. The ball joints are definitely plastic, and I think the upper thighs are plastic. But yeah, when you have this in cassette tape mode, it's really really heavy.
I
think
never thought about that.
I think it weighs the same in cassette mode as it does in you right?
well, yeah, it does weigh the same, but it's just like when you have it as like a big dense brick.
I'm sorry, I'm just being a dense brick. Just fucking with you.
Yeah.
That's how Ironhide is. When you turn him into a van, he feels like die-cast is in there. But when you try and make him a robot, he feels way lighter.
Yeah. It's like when you spread this thing out, yes, exactly. But because like all the weight's in the legs, it distributes the weight a little bit differently. But when you have it as like a square rectangle, it's like the MMC Lynx. When you have that in the shuttle carrier mode, it just feels like a brick. But
she's
Square
a brick. Wow.
let's rerail here because we got a little bit to talk about here, and I really want to weigh on this. And originally, this was actually going to be a discussion topic because I was like wondering to myself, is this something that is really going to take off? How do you guys feel about this? And we've been talking about the Mortal Kombat 11 spawn quite a bit. We knew from Toy Fair that McFarlane was going to do a Kickstarter, but we didn't have any details until this week. So they launched the Kickstarter for the original Spawn action figure. There's 3 flavors of this. It's $40 for just the basic figure. They had a $100,000 goal. They're almost at $1 million. They hit that $100,000 goal in 12 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have any ventilators they could have bought with that? Sorry.
They Kielbasa slammed that Kickstart button.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Right.
did.
They
have another $40 one that has an ugly face.
Yeah, so we'll go down the line. Like here, they compare the original to the 2020. I mean, I don't know anybody who in 1995 didn't have that figure. But here's the interesting thing: like when we first saw this, we thought it was a statue, and we were kind of questioning, like, well, what's the point? Wouldn't you just want the Mortal Kombat 11 spawn?
Right.
Well, they showed this off. Like, okay, yeah. I believe they're saying it's got 20 points of articulation, but still, this is.
Why would you want a figure that falls apart that easily?
Yeah.
Do you know how much people spend on a Mayfex figure?
Wow.
It looks like the same articulation that the regular McFarlane figures have, but they updated the wrist a little bit.
I don't think this has butterfly.
No, it definitely doesn't have butterfly.
Now you can tell, right? There's no space in the joint to move.
But it should have the soft waist, because I see that hinge that Paley and Todoroki has.
Yeah.
That bends with the shirt.
Oh, I tell you, I haven't put the money in yet, but I am damn tempted.
Did you just drop an "I tell you"?
I'll tell you
I
what.
tell you.
I'll tell you what, there, son.
You should. I mean, $40 is not bad for this. Now, I think I know the answer to this, but I'll ask: is the cape articulated in the slightest?
I heard it had 2 hinges.
Yeah, I think it does because it's gonna here. The original Spawn had the 2 hinges, so you could get like the cloaked look. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Okay.
They called that original one an action figure?
The original one actually
back in
was
the
an
day.
action figure. Yeah, it was not a statue.
That used to piss me off when I seen those. I never owned that. When I seen figures like that were in like a pose and they barely did anything,
But see, the
that drove me up the wall.
thing was, it was the later McFarlane stuff that turned into statues. The early stuff actually was pretty articulated compared to what Toy Biz was offering for their comic book figures. Because, the thing is the Toy Biz figures, they were, mostly 5 POA, and then they also had like really poor paint applications. And McFarlane was a game changer because, you had all the figures initially. If they weren't bendy, they had elbows, knees, ball jointed heads. Well, actually, no. I think they were swivel heads initially. But they had waist articulation. I mean, that was one that really. I had the medieval Spawn as a kid, and it had like wrists, elbows, waist.
I remember the Violator actually had some decent articulation.
I thought the Violator was bendy.
That's what I'm saying. He was.
Yeah.
That was one during my falling off of toy years. But all I remember from them is they were like statues. I don't remember them. I don't remember poseable McFarlane stuff back then.
Yeah, the early.
I don't remember poseable McFarlane stuff until 3 months ago. So, I mean, there's a reason I was making fun of them for so long.
Who made those Resident Evil 2 figures back in the 90s?
That was Toy Biz.
I bought
Those
some
were
of them.
good
From
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought a lot of those from my little brother. I got them Dr. Burkham, the Plant Monster, and I think the mouth moved on the Plant Monster.
But
Yeah,
but with this Spawn, I mean, I am liking a lot about it. The price point is decent. The sculpt is beautiful. He's having the accessories. I bet I probably could.
yeah, for a Kickstarter, that's really good. That's
So,
like a Hasbro price point right there. For
it is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how. I would. You know what? That is it. Yes. Before this night is over, I'm probably going to back it much more than I would back that other Hasbro thing that we'll probably talk about later tonight.
Cookie Monster.
I'm like next paycheck. I'll probably back this.
I'm saying talking about Super Megatron.
I think it was got 28 days to go. So we'll go into like what you can get. There's a 3-pack which gets you extra heads, giggity. But there's 3 flavors of this. There's the classic Spawn, the modern Spawn, which comes with like the zipper head face. And then there's the artist proof Spawn, which is basically just kind of a resin colored one. Each one of these comes with a comic. It comes with a placard. It comes with a bonus weapon. So
With
basically,
Barlin.
yeah.
Signature.
I don't get that the artist proof gets the screaming head. That doesn't make sense.
The artist proof gets the screaming head. I mean,
Yeah.
well, basically, I think that they just want you to buy, all 3 of them. I think that the artist proof should come with the Al Simmons head.
But it wouldn't be. It would be black and white.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And
the
if you
Al
ever read
Simmons-
if you ever read the comic, he actually didn't. He never had the Al Simmons head.
No, he didn't. But
He was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy, and he's like, "Wait, I'm a black guy."
You forgot what he looks like.
That was just the things that the devil did to muck with him. But yeah, I'm liking everything I see about this.
I can hear him talking.
You hear Keith David?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go with the classic Spawn.
Same. Because the classic still comes with the gun.
Yeah, all of them come with the gun and then the redesigned kind of axe weapon.
How much is the 3-pack? Is that on there?
Yeah, it's actually listed what you get here for all the different packages.
Like 120, 140.
Yeah, it's not. So here's all the different pledges, right? So you pledge 40 or more, you get classic Spawn, modern Spawn, or artist proof. They let you select your own pledge. Pledge 80 or more, you can get an autograph version. If you do 160, you get a 3-pack with the bonus head. But you can't. It's strange. I would think that the 3-pack would be autographed. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. The 3-pack is autographed by default. So if you spend 160, you're going to get all 3 of them autographed. for me, I'm probably just going to go with the classic Spawn. My understanding is that the packaging is also going to mimic the original clamshell packaging, which I think is pretty cool. So
That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Completely resealable.
Yes.
Well, Marvel Select or Diamond Select packaging is huge, but
I
it's
guess
not resealable.
I guess the thing though is it's like this. I don't know whether this was like McFarlane underestimating himself, or this is just kind of a hey, let's make sure we get all the funding because the toy market is a roller coaster right now. I wish that at Toy Fair they had shown the articulation. They'd shown something like along these lines, because at Toy Fair they said, oh well, we're going to do a new Spawn, we're going to do definitive Spawn, but it's going to be a Kickstarter. And I think, if I recall correctly, all of us were pretty skeptical back then, like, why would you do that when you had the Mortal Kombat 11 one and that appears to be a definitive Spawn? I mean, I still think that Spawn looks to be like a definitive Spawn.
At Toy Fair I wasn't interested because it looked like a statue.
Yeah.
And Robo was talking about that. He's like, we can do whatever we want. He's like, well, if you can do whatever you want, why are you doing Kickstarter? And like, because we can do whatever we want. And I like this. I like this on so many levels. This form of direct marketing.
Yeah.
People who want it will get it. I see it. I put the money in for it. Enough people want it. It gets made. I get mine. I don't have to fight people in the shelves for it, or I won't have to worry about a line that gets like a freaking peg warmer that kills the line.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point right there, Dave, and I agree with you. And because like right now you can't find the Mortal Kombat Spawn without paying at least $40. Now the thing that sucks about this model though is you put your money in, well, you get an estimated delivery of November 2020, and that doesn't actually mean that you're going to get it in November. It could get delayed.
But people that order, any kind of import figure go through the same thing. I mean, dates are so sliding. Shouldn't be, anybody that's been in the game a little bit, that shouldn't be a big deal.
Sure.
And I never found Titans Return RC, never found Titans Return Windblade, or RC. I never found Windblade. I never found the Target Masters. They never appeared. I get this. I know I'm going to get this. He is obligated to get this for me.
But I get it. If you're not a patient kind of person, that sliding, that sort of nebulous delivery date can kind of suck. But all good things to those who wait kind of spiel.
I mean, can you imagine if you put like a couple $100 down for a giant transformer that may or may not happen, that you have no idea what it's going to be like?
It still may happen, Dave. But will it though? Will it? I mean, and this sort of thing too is the very essence of a quick and bad figure is forever, but a pushed back good figure will last a test of time a lot better. So it's kind of thing where if it takes them a few extra months to refine, I think people will be happier in the long run for it, if that's the case.
Well, with Kickstarter, there's a bit more consumer confidence. Like with Kickstarter, something if a product. Well, first of all, they have to have a tangible product first. When you do like a GoFundMe. I can't remember, what was the Moss Toys one on? Was that GoFundMe?
That was through their own website.
That was yeah, that's right. That was through their own website. Like with Kickstarter, I feel like there's a bit more consumer confidence with a company like McFarlane. It's not going to be a take the money and run situation.
Especially with McFarlane generating a ton of revenue with their DC figures.
So
Really?
I mean, they're in a good position, yeah.
It seems like it's just Batman everywhere.
And they're smart about it too. Like with Spawn being on Mortal Kombat, I don't know whether this was in the cards or not. I don't know the story here, but they certainly generated the interest in the property, well beforehand, just to have this strike at the right time. It's a good move.
I can see this as him like, Todd, listen, these articulated figures are blowing up. We need to do more of these. And he's like, no, but I want to do something like this. but the market's saying we need to do these. All our revenue is tied up into doing these. Well, how about if I just generate my own revenue? Let's run that by the board. Okay, they said if you can run the money, we'll let you make the figure. And that seems to be exactly what happened.
You seem very much to be a fly on the wall of that meeting, Dave. I can imagine it going down just like that.
Well, I've been the fly on the wall to many meetings in my own company, so I kind of know what it's like. That even if the owner wants to make his own thing, he still has to run it by the board, and run it by the investors, because they still control the money.
Dave, are you actually Todd McFarlane?
Now, he doesn't have a mouthful of big league chew at any given moment, so no, he's not.
I hate baseball. I'm also not addicted to baseball. He's a huge baseball fan.
Yeah, he's a big Blue Jays fan.
Well, he also he bought both the Sammy Soja and the Mark McGwire balls when they broke the records.
Yeah.
He bought that ball.
Our online streaming numbers are going to just drop.
I'm actually a baseball fan, but then when I tell people what my team is, they don't take me credibly.
What is baseball?
Yeah.
It's sports ball, you know.
With the teams, with the matching shirts.
Yeah, big city sports team.
Raven.
Go team.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I'll be in for this. It's just I think that wait is gonna suck because it's gonna be a minute before you get anything tangible.
You're also gonna forget about it. I think it'll just kind of go in the pre-order list and be back.
Granted, November 2020 isn't that big of a wait considering what with the Unicron Kickstarter, what the expectations were.
How about all those people that want that Fans Toys Blitzwing? How are they doing?
Well, I mean, but see, the thing is with Fans Toys, they're not asking for your money up front.
That's true. They're just asking for your soul and your everlasting commitment.
Yeah.
I just had a horribly morbid thought. Maybe I should just keep it to myself.
No,
I know what you're going to say, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Coronavirus and people that ordered Unicron and paid for it, and they didn't survive.
All those prepaid pre-orders for those people with the Rona that don't make it. Yeah, I figured that's what you're going to say.
Somebody's passed away. 2 years later, this box shows up with their name on it.
Loved ones just start crying. Like it's awful. It's an awful, awful experience for everybody.
They open the box like, what is this?
I told you, just piss his money away.
If a new family isn't living there.
Not that we're not taking any of that seriously, y'all. It's just gotta laugh.
Well, it's like the Fans Toys Blitzwing. I mean, it's like you got to feel people who are Fans Toys is like everybody else is going to start releasing their Blitzwings. The Fans Toys holdouts will be like, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting.
Wait for it.
I mean, I got my Soundwave is coming out, so this has got to come out eventually.
So, on the topic of Fans Toys, it seems that Fans Toys is actually starting to ship again.
Yeah, Fake for Life is. Well, I'm not trying to. Never mind.
Yeah, what a good idea.
No, Pake already put it up like for tomorrow. He's already got it scheduled on his YouTube.
Oh, it's scheduled. I thought he was actually live tonight.
No, it's a surprise. Well, it's not a surprise. But some people have already received their Sheridan, which is the Fans Toys Warpath. I don't know how bad the transformation is on this guy because, well, I don't know that anybody's actually put him in tank mode yet. But
there's a transformation video.
He's got to be easier than War Dog.
You say that, but he's a fan
from the first transformation.
I posted the transformation videos. Was it yesterday or this morning? I don't know. Time is a blur. The legs look fine. It's when you get to the upper body, they Fan Toys it up a little bit. Just from the look of it, it's a bunch of like telescoping, thin bits of metal. So it could be fine. I don't know.
How many years did you wait for his Fans Toys Soundwave, Nate?
Considering they announced Soundwave right after Shockwave, so
Like 6 years.
Yeah, I will say that the transformation on him from that one video, the guy, it didn't seem horrible, but I guess none of them do on camera. Well, that's not true. But
Yeah. At least he was packaged in robot mode.
not many accessories either. He's got the mask, the alien mask,
And I think that's it.
and
He has a handgun.
I don't think he does. I don't remember any accessories being in that
Here.
box.
he doesn't
I'm
need
trying
a
to
gun. He
remember.
just goes bam, pow.
Really? Are you going to transform yours, Zero?
No. No, mine's been paid for since January. I had Nick the toy guy invoice me for mine, and then we had the Rona. So it's like, well, here we go. Here's some pictures of the unboxing process showing what he comes with. I'm probably not going to transform unless there's a video saying that he's
I want to see the video where the
That's
guy
not a nightmare.
yeah.
where the guy goes 3/4 the way through and just goes like "fuck it" and just throws it up
Yeah.
against the wall.
So here's the pictures from the Chosen Prime. They got their shipment in. Again, waiting on the toy guy to get his in. Here he is next to the recently released Plus Smokescreen.
See, look, there he's
tank mode.
transformed.
Yeah.
He's
And-
got to be easy. What could go wrong?
I'm fine with the limited accessories, though.
Yeah, what's stuff in the box, right?
Yeah, he wasn't that expensive. I think through the toy guy, he was like $75.
For advanced toys, that's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the old Carbot price, And
I was going to say, how much is a smokescreen?
Smokescreen actually was he was cheap too. He was like 75 or 80.
Reissue?
The Plus version.
Yeah. Yeah, the reissues weren't that much, amazingly. They
Even
were
with
like
those extra,
almost
I thought
regular.
they'd make those extra effects and be like, and doesn't
think
it have
they're
updated
still-
head articulation?
It has an updated head, and it also has so the shoulder cannons are actually
Yeah.
integrated into the transformation. They're not separate pieces
Yeah.
anymore.
I figured Hasbro would be like, man, that's an extra 40, 50
Yeah.
bucks for that, and throw that
No,
on
they
top
have
of
to
the price.
charge. They have to charge a little. Give you a little man to charge the $40.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think they're still $79.99. And when they were first released, Blue Streak and Prowl were really cheap, like a couple months ago.
Yeah, Prowl.
On
is cheap. Yeah, you're right. And Wheeljack got down to something absurd, like $30 or $40 on Amazon. No, it's $50.
I get scared because of the KO.
This is actually
but-
going to be Fan Toys' slogan on their new pill line. They're going to
So as we'll find a way to make it hard. I don't know. When we saw this guy at TFCon, I thought he looked great. I didn't think he looked as big as a Carbot. I didn't think he looked bigger than a
Man.
Carbot.
Well, the Datsuns are kind of short.
They are, but when we saw him, he looked more in line with what I thought of with Huffer and Braun. He didn't look like he was this big. I think the scale's perfect, to be honest.
Just those treads on the forearms are just there.
It's accurate. And I mean, what else are you gonna do with him?
Small a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a big open gap in a cartoon.
There's a little bit of transformation in the foot that's actually pretty clever. When I won't spoil it for anybody that likes that kind of thing. But the treads on the feet actually have this really tiny transformation bit that I thought was pretty clever when you see it done.
This might not be accurate too.
It certainly blows War Dog out of the water, though.
It does, accuracy wise.
Yeah.
War Dog was just beefy.
Yeah. He didn't look like a G1 masterpiece. He looked like just
Yeah.
a different version of Warpath.
He looked like what you would want the movie Warpath to look like. Like if Warpath was in the Bumblebee movie, I bet he would look like War Dog.
My main issues with him was the bar that his arms slid on. Like the plastic that connected to that bar was brittle, and the ball joints in his shoulders were weak as crap on the one eye.
Yeah, I think that was the issue for a lot of people. Where they had to do fixes with super glue or tighten up screws. For me, it was like getting that elbow mechanism disengaged. That was always like a big problem. But I think War Dog was like either like the third or second third party figure I ever owned. I'm probably not going to be parting ways with him. Probably just going to transform him into a tank and put him with all my original MPs that have been.
I don't see transforming that thing. When I sold it, I didn't even transform it. I warned the person, "Yeah, I'm not transforming this."
Yeah, who knows? I'll probably do it just to get him back into tank mode, just for the hell of it. But it is cool to see stuff coming back from Fans Toys. Hanny actually posted today that Transform Element got their movie Bumblebee shipped. So it's like finally we're starting to see some new product coming out.
New Age has been cranking out for weeks now.
Yeah,
they can't stop their seekers.
But where's the Toy World Prime? Easy.
You should get the 0 Prime, Joe.
No, I want the Toy
You
World
like
Prime.
it about to transform.
I want to transform.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is cool. I think I know
Thanks, John.
You've got one coming. Anybody else getting this guy?
I'm skipping this one, but I am getting Braun.
Braun was beautiful at TFL.
I got Braun. I've had him pre-ordered through Abba Baba Bowie for like quite a while.
Baba Booey.
Baba Bowie.
Baba Booey.
Baba Bobo. I think it's Baba Bobo.
Right.
One day we're gonna remember.
Actually, 1 second. Let me send this to our chat for you guys to put up. Who was it? Someone, Sportimus asked for this, and we aim to please. Let me throw this in the chat real quick. This is a side-by-side comparison with War Dog. Gordon, if you could look in the chat there and bring it up.
Okay.
Zowie.
In our
yeah, I know. I just gotta scroll down.
See, Nathan, Nathan has Toy World Prime for you next month.
Oh, next month. Well, I already ordered it, Nate. I'm sorry. It
Well,
was before you were a store, way before you were a store.
Nate, you can't
Nate,
hold us
I have
accountable for pre-orders we already have in place.
He says, "Yes, you must cancel."
We didn't know.
So
There you go.
yeah.
There's the side-by-side.
See, like
Yeah,
oh, go ahead, T.
That looks like War for Cybertron game.
I still stand by my thing. Like if they put him in like the Travis Knight movies, like if like he was in the Bumblebee movie, and then Dave, like you were saying about like the treads, like look,
I actually was just looking at that, but those treads on his arms are so like spindly versus.
They look solid in the cartoon image.
Yeah, they're like bricks under his arms, like concrete blocks.
I mean,
I'm just nitpicking. I admit it completely. I'm nitpicking.
yeah.
I almost feel like those treads should be able to like compress or something, so they become like a smaller block.
To get that, I just I feel like they did what they needed to do.
Oh, I listen. I'm not even buying the guy, so I really have.
Things I didn't remember in the cartoon, like I didn't remember his back being silver, and I didn't remember him having any silver in the ab section, which is totally accurate to the toy, the G1 toy.
It's just kind of funny though to think like when I first got War Dog, I was in the mindset that was good enough. I kind of miss being in that mindset. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I was never in that mindset. When I got him and I got Sun Surge out, like even when I go back to my reviews, because I was like, did I say this in the review? When I go in there, I'm like, this Sun Surge is awesome, but I know Hasbro's going to come out with something, or Takara Hasbro's going to come out with something that looks way better, and then they did. And I was like, this Warpath, I was like, it's a good action figure, but it looks way more. It's masterpiece sized, but it looks like a Chug figure.
Maybe I'm just like the Toon Man. He's never satisfied.
What
So,
other?
I want to talk about some official stuff too. We have a figure we knew was coming. We got some official reveals the past few days. This figure actually just went up for pre-order on several major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, and this is the Super/Ultra Megatron.
I just hear that in Cartman's voice.
Super Ultra Megatron, you guys, seriously.
Combined with Black Convoy, or Black Convoy merged with him some type of way.
No.
Yeah,
You're thinking. I know what you're thinking of, and that's not him.
I can just picture
No,
him
they
saying,
showed a little comic
"This
strip.
isn't
like,
even my final form."
You're
he
thinking of
bumped his
Giltor.
Matrix with Black Mammoth Convoy, and all of a sudden he gets tusk on the side of his face. So that's why he has two heads.
I mean, I haven't read the little manga preview. I thought this was more of an homage to like legitimizing the Last Night Megatron design.
That's what it looks like a little bit. So maybe it's a combination of that and
that last mode looked weird.
just like average.
Yeah,
Actually, like,
I mean, so if you can't tell already, this is a heavy retool of the Titans Return Galvatron, which I didn't think was the greatest figure. I didn't think was really that good of a figure. And I don't know what it is about this that
the color.
I guess, yeah, it's the color scheme. It looks like it has like decent paint apps. It's probably going to be mostly painted. I like that cannon a lot, but I know, the skeleton of this is the Titans Return Galvatron, which is kind of a hollow figure. I do like this like space carrier mode. The tank mode kind of looks like but
the spaceship mode looks like a mammoth too. It looks like it has a big trunk.
it kind of does. But I think that's kind of reaching a little bit too. I mean,
yeah.
I
Space Anteater, like Ape Face.
But this is kind of like the shot that like did it for me, and I was like, okay, I kind of want one. I think I can't remember whether we had the discussion online or offline, but Dave and I were talking like animated Megatron was really an homage to Super Megatron, and if they could dust off the Legends, for the Legends line, if they could dust off animated Black Arachnia, why couldn't they have taken the leader Megatron, maybe gutted the electronics, but turned that into Super Megatron? It would have had better articulation, and I just think it would be a better pairing for Star Convoy, because the Titans Return Galvatron is going to be dwarfed by Star Convoy. And they really should be kind of head to head. If not, he should be bigger.
He's not the hero, so they don't care.
Well, that's true.
He makes up. He's compensating for his short size by carrying big guns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
Megatron can't be defeated by anyone.
Still, for all my complaints, I still pre-order this guy. And again, it's just like it just the paint looks like the selling point to me. And I have a Megatron shelf. I skipped Star Convoy, but like for this guy, as far as like the price,
he's not going to have wrist rotation.
No,
he is not going to have. He'll have bicep rotation. No,
he's going to be hollow.
He'll be hollow. No tilting ankle. No, I think
No, he
did
does have
tilting
ankle
ankles.
tilt. Yeah,
I don't think he has a waist swivel, if I
he
remember.
does.
He did.
Okay, well, no ab crunch.
No ab crunch. It's just that he's hollow and he has very limited wrists. And it's
No
just-
butterfly. No butterfly. I remember that.
well, we're talking like a non-masterpiece.
Correct, but you're paying. I'm glad you're. I hope you get value for your dollar.
Well, going through Hasbro Pulse, you're
It's
paying
almost like a convention exclusive. But
yeah.
not really.
I mean, the thing is with this one, it's like if I get it and I'm just like, this is definitely one that's going to hold its value. Like this one's gonna skyrocket in aftermarket sales, like Star Convoy did. So if I get it, hang on to the packaging, and just I'm dissatisfied with it, I'll make my money back and then some.
It looks good to me. I didn't care at first, but these pictures are here, and that weird new mode made me want it.
I don't know what it is, but I really like the Last Night design homage to the face.
But if you never see this thing reviewed on my channel, don't be shocked because I like a lot of toys and then don't buy them. One thing I'm happy they changed was the port for the gun because Galvatron had so many things design-wise. His gun was like stuck over his forearm.
Yes.
The stupid mask, the way that worked.
Yeah.
And they could have painted his head to be just purple instead of making it look like Megatron combined with him.
Yeah, and it was that weird unpainted gray plastic.
Mm-hmm. What else? I think the back didn't tab in.
The back tab then just wasn't the strongest tab.
The problem was when you went to rotate the waist, you had to detach his back so it'll be hanging off.
Right.
Oh yeah, and he had that weird spine section, or not spine, but it was like that like weird strut, that curved strut that came off his back.
And I'm gonna guess that Parts Farmer and Joe do not give two shits about this.
I like that you like it.
We might between the two of us.
Let's talk about a couple things. We're gonna talk about a couple more official Transformers things before we get out of Transformers here. The first one being, we knew these guys were coming, and I don't think we knew they were going to be Target exclusive, but Earthrise is getting a Skywarp and a Thundercracker, and
I forgot all about that. Yes.
yeah. Look, it came out after our show last week. I figured we'd talk on real quick. The renders, people were pissed off about the renders because it had the same issue that Starscream had, where they had like the gray in the middle of the chest. But they actually have real toy photos. Yeah, so
You don't know what you're gonna get till it gets here.
I'm assuming we're probably going to get this. I'm assuming these are the real toy photos. These are going to be a Target exclusive 2-pack. I don't know why they can't just release these guys as individual Voyagers. But
I think because you could still find Thundercracker from Siege on the shelf.
But that's the thing though. It's like they made Skywarp so hard to find. I feel like if you were able to get Skywarp and Thundercracker, you wouldn't have had so many people just saying, I'm just going to settle for Starscream if I can't get all three.
Well, I think this is their answer to that. That's why you buy both. Anybody that's in for one is going to be in for the other. So why not just put them both in the same box and say the hell with it?
But then why make them
The only thing I think is
because Target paid a lot of money.
Yeah, they must have the license for Seekers. But unlike the Rainmakers, you don't get a $10 discount.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask that. Is there going to be a discount?
No, it's going to be
it's $60.
Yeah.
Although speaking of 3-packs, I think everybody and their brother are pretty sure that they're going to do a Coneheads 3-pack.
That'll probably be an Amazon deal. Calling it now.
I don't see these, especially since Skywarp is in there. These aren't going to stay on the shelf that long.
No, they're going to be hard to find.
When are these supposed to come out?
Hard to say. I mean, they're saying July, but
They need to
with
put these on their goddamn website then.
yeah, with Target and with Hasbro, it could be they could start showing up in May. They could start showing up in August.
At least with Target, you have a hope of seeing it and find like if you miss the first wave, they will be back.
True, very true.
That more often than not. I mean, they're like I remember when the Rainmakers came out and you missed the first. If you didn't find them the first day or two, it was reported at first like, oh my God, they're never going to be back in stock again. It was a one-time thing, and then they went on clearance. Like they were there so long that you could pick them up for what?
Same thing for the 12-inch black seat Spider-Man that was Target exclusive.
Yeah,
everybody thought that was going to be gone, and that came back and went on clearance.
But Red Hulk.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Well, we don't know though. I mean, this is weird times, right? Red Hulk very much could be back. It's just who the hell knows where anything is right now.
I see my Red Hulk in my collection.
Right, Dave gives one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, look for him, search for him.
The other interesting one here too is it looks like the clones are getting reissued, and starting off with the Decepticon clones.
I'm happy and sad because I bought that 2-pack that had one Autobot and one Decepticon clone.
Right. The only bright side to that is I didn't pay full price for them.
See, I already have these guys, and
right.
I don't even need them, and I feel like, hey, I've already got some Earthrise figures that are coming out. So
you gotta remember those clones were each one of them was in those giant gift sets.
Yes.
And the other 2-pack was a Walgreens exclusive.
Yes.
All right.
So I had to get both gift sets, and I had to get the Walgreens exclusive package to get all 4 clones. But
if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't even care about these.
I don't care, but I think it's awesome that they're taking old figures and they're legitimizing them. Because like if you think about it, like with G1, like you had that where figures would get re-released. I think it's really cool if you can combat FOMO, and you can the FOMO being fear of missing out, and you have a lot of collectors that are predatory with people. If you can take figures and make them available for as many people as possible to enjoy, I think that's the best way of doing business. Where
I want my exclusive and deny everybody else theirs.
Right. Whereas, like, why should Hasbro miss out on sales that are occurring on the aftermarket, where people bought up those Walgreens packs or bought up the gift set and we're selling the clones out of it for people? No, they should make their figures and available and do so strategically. And I mean, I think one of the best things about Earthrise so far is we saw the first wave of leaders was Optimus and Astro Train. Astro Train was really hard to find with the End of Siege. Smashdown is another one. I've seen Smashdown already. In the limited time I've been in stores, I've actually seen Smashdown. I haven't seen Sound Barrier, but fortunately my buddy Lance sent one for me and one for T-Man. So I'm getting a Sound Barrier. But I like the fact that they're addressing that some figures are hard to find. Hey, we're going to provide a solution to our fans. I think that's just a really pro-consumer move. And so I'm glad to see these guys coming out.
I like it, and I like that they're not some weird, ugly color like they would normally do back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
The clones are not bad figures.
Yeah, Hasbro has no benefit from the aftermarket, so why not? Make them available?
Now, did the original have
10 points epic
teal hips?
Did they have what?
Teal hips? I can't find my wingspan, but I think so. I think these are just straight up
reissues.
Yeah, I mean the plastic is good on these. The plastic is very good.
Right. I think Soundwave is going to get a 2.0. I think we're going to get an Earthrise Blaster, and I think we're going to get an Earthrise Soundwave. And
that would technically be a Soundwave 3.0 then.
3.0.
Yeah, because we got the Sound Blaster.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, but touche.
still won't have a buzzsaw.
No, but buzzsaw would be an easy one. Though I think honestly I could see them doing an update to Laserbeak where they sell Laserbeak and buzzsaw together, because right now what we have is the Cybertronian Laserbeak.
Oh no, they'll do the buzzsaw in the Soundwave 3.0. That's the only way you're going to get that laser. That
that would be classic if they did that.
That would be awesome if they sold that sort of accessory with the Soundwave. I still find that kind of odd. He doesn't come with any tapes.
If they do that, he won't have guns or something.
I'm fine with that, as long as he has the shoulder cannon.
Oh, he has to have guns. Screw buzzsaw.
So, last little bit of official Transformers news. It's not
Our
so much-
T-Man doesn't want none unless he's got guns, hun.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh God, don't.
So, YouTuber Prime versus Prime. I don't know how the guy does it. But he managed to get Skylinks, the Commander class Skylinks, early.
T-Man, didn't you do a great review of it?
Yes.
He showed off. He did show. He showed off a lot of the stuff you wanted to see, just not in the order that you wanted to see. I thought his review was very good.
I definitely wanted to see the jet mode, jet fire with that. He said in the comments, he was like, "Did I want him to send me a picture? I didn't get that picture yet." During it, I might need to go remind him.
So, fortunately, he has shared a photo gallery of the figure. I think this thing looks amazing. One of the things here, he actually has gold outline Autobot tamphographs. I mean, we knew about the NASA tampograph, and we knew about it being named Magnificence, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. His review, my review when I finally get this thing, is probably going to sound like his. I like everything except the bird pterodactyl thing separately. Those legs look fiddly, and he said it couldn't stand up on the weight of those.
It was
That
those
was
wings were
really
disappointing, man. Like that was the part that let me down. I thought that was crazy how the thing couldn't even hold its wings up, and at least the way he posed it.
Yeah, maybe on our copies or the wings might be better, but his wings were definitely loose.
Okay, quick poll. Who's going to display them as two separate things, though?
Not me.
I mean,
I like the links a lot, to be honest.
The only time I've ever displayed them separately was like when I was, when I got the MMC one and I was waiting for, the
right. I'm
the
saying,
two parts.
when you have this, you're going to have them as Skylinks.
No, one of the beautiful things about Skylinks is just he was a favorite of mine when I was a kid, just because of the simplicity of him. Like, he was an easy figure to transform into 4 different things.
This one looked equally as easy, so I can imagine breaking it down and messing with it from time to time.
This is definitely an apology for the Combiner Wars one.
Well, the Combiner Wars one was just that Tauntaun's got a review. I know. They may be weird lion and turkey modes, but they're fun. They're silly.
At least
I
at
like 'em.
Thanksgiving, you can have a themed Transformer.
Oh God! Could you imagine like a cornucopia and a plate,
With
and
the
then your
bird
family
mode.
being so disappointed? Why? Why, Matt? Why?
even more disappointed that time of the year. I mean, they always have this kind of minimal level.
Not in my household, man. I smoke that bird beautifully.
We have a robot there. I like how
on my
easy
shoulder
it's combined.
like a parrot.
I mean, this definitely looks a lot simpler than the MMC one. I mean, it's just a couple clips.
Yeah, it's literally like one clip in the front almost.
Yeah.
You hook it on and then click it.
definitely worth the $60.
I mean,
Maybe.
I
Huh?
love. Yeah,
Maybe for you.
I do like the launcher mode. I mean, this is an unnecessary thing. I actually do like this because it goes from a carrier to a launcher. This looks good. It looks a lot better than what you get with Astrotrain.
You know what's sad? If this would have came out 10 years ago, it would have sounds and lights, and it would be like 5, 4, 3. That stock countdown.
Where I would have
Remember,
taken the batteries right at.
Red Alert had that. His rocket, we used to say that.
Yes.
Mine's the battery's corroded in there. He doesn't say anything now.
God, those chicken legs do suck.
Yeah,
I can't remember what
looks
the
like
wings
I think
look like.
some of that
he looks like a finger puppet.
though.
Yeah,
I think some of that is the posing. I really think you could probably get it to look a little better than that.
yeah. The Lynx looks amazing. I gotta say, Lynx looks every bit as good as the MMC one does. Even though it kind of looks like he's wearing water shoes. Does anybody else see that?
I mean, safety first. You never know what
Not
you're going to step
until you
on.
said that. Yes, but Sky looks like he really needs to find a bathroom in that pose.
I gotta pee, guys.
It's like a dinosaur with ostrich legs.
When dinosaurs barely walked the earth.
When dinosaurs skipped a leg day or 12.
Yeah.
He did skip it like that. The only thing selling this for me, I'm still not going to buy it anyway, is the NASA worm logo. I don't think he ever had the NASA logo on.
No, he never did.
I wasn't going to buy him until that slight pricing error occurred.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I got him for $50 off of
That's
Walmart.
what I said. That's what I
Yeah.
said. It's definitely worth $50. That is definitely a $50 figure.
And he comes
Lynx
with Dex
has-
parts.
And he has butterfly joints for the Lynx.
He looks like he's sad to be in this.
He looks like he's just he got caught rummaging through the trash, and he's being scolded in that last picture.
Crocs.
Hey, don't be making fun of Crocs.
I will.
I've never had Crocs.
Lex recently bought Crocs, and I laughed.
My daughter made me buy her some. I was so mad.
It doesn't look like there's too many good ways to pose these hips.
Yeah, I can't.
The other question I have, and it may be wrong, is there something that he's not seeing or forgetting in this transformation, that there's some extra step that would help with that? That's the only thing I'm wondering.
Looking at that base, I can't see much.
Yeah, there's not much room for anything. So
You mean the bird?
See, that looks,
Yeah.
that there's the money shot right there. There's
Yeah.
yeah,
And
why
that-
would he can skip leg day? He has a partner that is all the legs. He doesn't need to go to leg day.
and
I
that's
didn't
the
think
thing.
if that was a
It-
real monster.
Did anybody see
that would
where somebody did a repaint of these two as Banjo and Kazooie?
Yeah,
That I would buy.
hilarious.
Yeah.
What I think he's probably missing in one of those previous pictures where the butt was lower. If I posed it, I would probably have the bird butt on the ground to be like a third leg.
The only thing that made me chuckle about this video too is that he had his neck pulled out long ways for most of the video, and I thought, wow, that thing must not have much articulation because he's not moving it. And then all of a sudden he grabs it and cranks it all these different ways. I'm like, oh, well, why the hell does he have it so static through most of the video? Show that thing off, man.
That's a good shot right there. Those two next to each other.
Because I know this was the one that T wanted to see because
Jetfire.
Commander class Jetfire.
Yeah, that was at the end. I commented too quick and didn't know that he ever compared it to
And you
Jeff.
became the thing that you hated. That's something on a video that's there that they're not watching.
I still think that Jetfire looks more substantial. I think this looks great, but I still think Jetfire, for what you get, all the armor and the blast effects and the guns and the.
Here's the thing, though, that Skylines, that engineering though is pretty off the chain.
But Jetfire had some really crazy engineering. He had like the handles that flipped out, and he had, the hands.
I love my Jetfire figure.
Without having both of them in hand, the Jetfire one seems very masterpiece-like, where the Skylynx seems very upscaled, generations, or like it's that the Jetfire seemed to me to fit better in a masterpiece kind of aesthetic than this Skylynx does. The Skylynx seems very much Siege, like in-store kind of purchase, where the Jetfire had these little nuance, like the rotating symbol and the retractable peg, spot in his hand, stuff like that. Man, really put it over the edge.
Jetfire holding that I'm like, that was an $80 figure. I'm like, that's right. $80. I'm good. This I'm going to be very happy for my $50 on this Skylynx.
Right. Everybody's bragging like I paid $45 for my Jetfire. I was like, I don't care. I got mine when it first came out, and I'm not disappointed at all.
Same here. I'm just saying.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. That's cool.
Do it.
I would buy that.
I got to hit up Grim Optimus and be like, "Can you do this? Can you make this happen?"
It seems very doable.
Yeah.
Would
Only
you buy
thing
a
you
second
can't
one
do-
for him to do it?
They shrink the sky part for the picture to make it like video game scale.
Yeah.
I want to know, does the shuttle randomly explode like the real thing, or is that?
Oh, Jesus
not?
Christ!
No.
That, sir, would
Not
be a
on the
challenge.
show, buddy.
Joe, 4.5
Too
figure
soon?
action
I mean-
points for that joke.
It's been.
Are you
How old were
deducting
y'all
or
when
are
that
you awarding?
No, I'm awarding.
Oh,
Okay.
What about my follow
Were
up?
y'all in school when that happened?
Yes.
no,
Oh yeah,
85.
you were like 2 or something.
I was gonna say which one.
I just remember the Challenger. We were watching that in class. It's like,
The
what?
teacher rolls out the TV. All right, everybody, we're gonna watch a
Right.
shuttle launch. Halfway through, oh no! And all the kids are crying. Ah, what happened?
Not
We
inaccurate.
did.
Do you think then that? Do you think that Toy Hacks is tasteless enough to put out a sticker set to change their shuttle name?
Yes, I do.
And if they do, then Toy Hacks is going to get 4.5 figure action points.
Just use Smokescreen's effect because that's all it looked like was smoke.
Well, before
We burn in
all
hell.
of our fans to that one and burn in hell.
No, we actually got 2 more people watching now because of that. They're like, hey, these guys are really morbid and stupid. Let's turn them on.
Yeah, bring on the coronavirus jokes. Come on.
No.
That's not funny. Line crossed.
There's no
Half a-
line.
Half a point deduction.
There's no line.
We got some updated images of the hyper real Luke Skywalker. I'm glad to see this is still coming. I know we had the hyper real Vader come out.
Heard
And,
good things about it.
What'd you say, Dave?
I heard very good things about that.
Yeah, I did too. And the thing about that Vader that kind of worried me with his line was that it went on deep discount pretty fast. And
Because it's Darth Vader. If
Well,
people
Darth
want
Vader-
an action figure, they want something that can be action oriented.
but the hyper real stuff can be action oriented more so than the Hot Toys stuff. Like
I know, but like Darth Vader, you don't think action when you look at Darth Vader and that neck.
I mean, I don't want to get into semantics, but like the recent portrayals of Darth Vader have been a bit more action oriented.
He still doesn't. I get what he's saying, and there's not a lot of dynamic range of motion in Darth Vader.
Yeah.
About the most dynamic thing he ever did was that little like jump down the stairs, in the old movies. But yes, he's more action oriented, but you don't need a whole lot of posability to replicate what he did on screen.
Yeah.
Right. I've always been more interested in this one.
Yeah.
But I will be honest, once I realized how the hyper real stuff was being implemented, that took me down a notch. I thought these were going to be like $80 8-inch mezcos with flexible skin underneath their clothing. I didn't realize that their clothing were actually soft, pliable rubber.
As long as
I mean, I
rot
guess
away,
it still
as long as it
works.
doesn't rot away.
Yeah.
It still works because you can bend the joints and it looks natural, but I was expecting something completely different than what we got. But here, this looks good, but those two different faces don't look different enough to me.
I mean,
It's weird.
I wish it had the no face. I kind of wish he was a little bit more like in between looking clean and damaged. I will say this is probably the best likeness to Mark Hamill that Hasbro has ever done.
And that's tough, man. For whatever reason, Hamill is hard to do.
Almost as
Hot
hard as Chris
Toys is
Evans.
the only ones.
Yeah.
You're
Almost
paying
as
for
rough
that.
as Chris Evans.
Yeah, people can't get Chris Evans right. Even Hot Toys.
But at least you could take this hand off right here.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no spoilers there. I mean, hey, does the hand pop off? Well, yeah, both of them do.
I was gonna say, I actually kind of wish they had a stump.
You might be able to mold one really easy with some Play-Doh.
Well, it's like you probably don't have a Figure Arts Vader, do you?
Mm-hmm.
The first Figure Arts Vader actually had a stump that you could attach to it based off Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, the wires and all coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be excited for this figure, but I just don't care about this line at all.
Well,
I think it's the advancements. I really think it's Black Series that's killing the rest of these for me because I have a few SH Figure Arts Star Wars figures on pre-order, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm like, the Black Series for $20, you're getting the photoreal faces, and they can stand in the same basic pose that I would put them in anyway. And I don't need a crap ton of accessories and hand accessories. All that stuff in this picture is going to go in the box, except for, the lightsaber holding hand and probably just as it's posed there.
And you don't have the whole uncertainty of the line. Like, where is this just going to end with Bespin, Luke, and Vader? Because Vader, like I was getting at earlier, it was not successful.
If this line wants to succeed, I would say they need to put out characters that you're not going to get anywhere else, and they're never going to do it. Like, they give me a Dash Rendar, a Darth Talon. Give me some of those guys.
Star Killer, I would.
Star
Killer?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think about it.
Cade Skywalker. Give us some of those figures. Start digging into the legends, man. Like,
I think that they should do, like, Knights of the Old Republic, do a Malik, do a Revan,
right,
do a Bastila.
exactly.
Sure, you've got a new scale, but if you have that new scale and you're putting out figures there, like you said, are figures that you can't get anywhere else that have this quality and have all the accessories. They've got a base. They've got multiple hands.
Give me the Bounty Hunters. The Bounty Hunters would probably look really good. An IG-88 like that? Ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The next one might be The Mandalorian.
I think that they're probably going to continue with Empire Strikes Back stuff. I think we'll probably get an Empire Strikes Back Han, maybe R2, maybe
Chewie. You get Han, you
Chewie.
Gotta do a Boba.
Lando.
Yeah.
The anniversary is coming up, so probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or it might be Rey.
Nah, I think you're going to see a decline in sequel trilogy stuff. I mean, I don't say that I think it's no secret how I feel about the sequel trilogy, but that the merchandise just doesn't sell compared to the original trilogy, and the resurgence of the prequel trilogy's popularity. People want prequel trilogy stuff. They want Mandalorian stuff. They want the in between. I really think that we'll see some sequel trilogy stuff, but just kind of peppered in. It's not going to be the focus anymore. That, and people really want aliens from the original movies. Like, people want Hammerhead, they want Greedo, they want Bib Fortuna, characters like that.
Well,
This is
thought
good, though.
is he looks good. I wish he was cheaper.
Zuvio.
$45 would be awesome.
I think it'll hit that eventually on Amazon. I mean, honestly, if these things got dirt cheap, I wouldn't mind picking this Invader up just to have a kind of a definitive Luke Invader on a shelf somewhere.
They're a good display piece as they are. I mean, if those are the only two that ever comes out, fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that's where they're going with this. Like that's, if the line dies out, then you have yourself a little display that's you can be happy with.
Yeah.
As opposed to coming out with like a Vader and then a Chewie, and like, what the fuck are you going to do with that? Like,
Or Megatron and a Bumblebee. And
I don't know. I think you'd be happy with that.
maybe. Any other thoughts on this?
Nah.
Me.
It's fine.
So let's get into our discussion for the evening. We're all kind of locked in right now. We shouldn't be going anywhere. I think for the most part, everybody's, trying to stay in. So outside of toys, I think video games are probably something everybody on the panel is a bit passionate about. And I know T wanted to find out who was playing Resident Evil 3. Matt wanted to know who's going to get the Final Fantasy VII remake. It's so weird that we're back in 1998, but
Right.
I just kind of want to find out what's the panel playing. What are you guys playing? Is there anything you're looking forward to? Is it any of these games? We'll just go down the order. T, we know from before the show you're replaying Breath of the Wild, but tell me, what are you doing game-wise to keep yourself occupied?
I was, before Breath of the Wild, I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn from scratch again. I really like that game, a lot. I kind of like it more than Breath of the Wild. I'm having major problems adapting to the Breath of the Wild controls again. I'm so far back into the story, I just beat the second Divine Beast, or I beat 2. I shouldn't say second because there's no order. And I'm still clicking the left analog stick to try to run. He doesn't do that. He squats down and then I get killed. But other than that, I just finished playing Resident Evil 3. And I guess in an hour and 17 minutes, I can play Final Fantasy VII.
Are you getting it digitally?
Yes, it's already on my PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I was playing the Sims 4 a lot. I don't have Animal Crossing. I have never bought any Animal Crossing. When the original came out on GameCube, when the GameCube came out, Sims was released on PlayStation 2 around the same time. And between the two, Sims was way more interesting because they looked like people. And they actually did people stuff like pee and cook.
I know you would like Animal Crossing.
This new one, I know I'll probably get stuck on that crafting thing.
Yeah.
I'll probably just do that all day and not even play the game.
But that's part of playing the game because you got to get resources to craft.
Right. I'll get trapped in that.
All right. Well, it's going to be an easy Christmas for you this year.
Anybody else?
Well, we're going to go down the panel. Dave, I know you're a big Mortal Kombat guy.
Hell yeah.
So, are you still on MK11?
I am still on. Yep. I downloaded Spawn. Can't get quite feel playing with the Joker. But definitely still enjoying I enjoy the game occasionally. Every now and then I'll get in the game and somebody will just kick my ass and I'll be like, then I'll throw the controller away. But still playing Mortal Kombat. Just wrapping up Final Fantasy 15. F that game. And
does Joker play like Injustice Joker?
No, he does not. No, he does not. I absolutely love Injustice Joker. Both versions. From Injustice. Actually, Injustice 1 Joker, I was lethal with.
I kind of want to know, like, how do you kind of feel about that? Because, like, with Capcom, they try to keep things consistent across games, and NetherRealm doesn't.
Well,
Like,
okay, there's a reason for that, though. It is a different Joker.
Sure, but you could argue that Marvel versus Capcom Ryu is different from Street Fighter Ryu.
No, but I mean, it literally is like a different world Joker, like different motivations and everything else. So
True, but they kind of established in MK11 that everything's a multiverse.
Oh, I'm just talking about all three of the Jokers are different.
And there should be still some type of consistency.
I get you on
I
that.
think when Scorpion was a guest star on Injustice, you still push like back something to make his spear come on. Right?
Very true, but I would love that. He would just play too fast for Mortal Kombat, to be honest. And Injustice, the stages were much longer too.
Mm.
So his range was entirely different. But I've got that. Been playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone because it's free. And it's actually not bad for a Battle Royale game. It just takes a hell of a lot of memory in your PlayStation.
Mm.
I'm going to try to get Final Fantasy VII. This would be a great time to be cooped up in the house playing it. But if not, I mean, I still have a back catalog. I still got Yakuza to finish up. I still have Fist of the North Star to finish up. I don't do a lot of online gaming like I used to just because of time commitment. So,
yeah, if you don't get FF7 by Black Friday, it'll be $35.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, single player games. I mean, I still might try to track down Outer Worlds, to be honest, find a copy of that because I loved Fallout. Game. I loved Fallout, but it's hard to find a used copy of that anywhere. So I'm just looking for something immersive. Hell, I may even fire up Skyrim again.
I was thinking immersive too, and I was actually going to go in the direction of picking up
Flashlight.
What's the game called again? Where you're walking in a city and it's all quarantine and you're shooting people.
That applies for a lot.
The Last of Us.
Baltimore.
No, the
Division.
Yeah, Division 2. Right. I got Division 2 and I played it for like a week and then I stopped playing it. Because I have a very short attention span when it comes to video games. But I was thinking that might be a good game to pick up now. Because it's like, you know what? You think things are bad, but they're not Division bad.
It is. It's like that, but if you start playing online, it's like everybody else is going to be like level 38 and you're going to be like level 2.
That's all right. So probably close to real life. So
Joe, you're looking to play multiplayer games?
Well, in Division, you don't have to play multiplayer. You can run around solo, or you can go into the multiplayer area. It's all in your choosing.
Yeah, I only ever played the first one, and I know that it was like if you weren't doing like squads in PvE.
The card is awesome, Epic. The card is awesome.
Oh yeah. She heard. So she heard. Yeah, she heard.
She didn't hear it from us.
Picard was good.
Picard's good.
I have issues with the ending, but it was.
I have issues with the ending too, but it was still good.
Or just like Mass Effect. That's what I've heard. I haven't watched it yet. Now that CBS is free, I'm going to give it a go.
Man, everything's getting free nowadays, isn't it?
They're just they're trying to placate people.
Yeah, CBS is like free during all this.
I didn't know that. I need to download and watch legally.
Pornhub Premium for free. You can put some T-Man 978 content on there.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe, you're talking about Division. Is there anything else that you've been playing? I know for a while you did Anthem.
I played Anthem for a little bit, and I saw somebody had made note that there was like some new patches and maybe it's better, so maybe I can check that out. I wouldn't mind going back to Horizon because I never did play the DLC, so I could actually restart that from scratch and then add the DLC onto it.
The DLC feels like a whole new game.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I still have the DLC of The Witcher to finish up.
Are T and I the only two who actually played the Resident Evil 2 remake?
I am partway through it. I have not
Say,
completed it yet.
that's on
I didn't
sale
do
for
it.
like $20 on at least the PlayStation Store.
I didn't do any of this. I can't remember the last Resident Evil game I played.
I do. 4.
Jesus.
Is that the last one you played, Dave, or are you remembering the last one Joe played?
No, it's the last one I played.
I bought 4 twice. I got it on the Wii, and after I played it on the Wii, I was like, "Holy crap! This feels like it was made to be on the Wii in the first place."
Yeah, and I'm embarrassed by how many times I bought Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
I
Fucking
still have the
regenerators.
Wii version. I think that's the only game I didn't trade in from the
Nice.
Wii.
I
I
still
thought that game
have
originally was
my...
on GameCube.
Yeah, it is on the GameCube, but I have my original GameCube copy. I bought it on the Wii. I bought it on PC. I bought it on PS4.
I got it on PS4.
On the Wii, using the Wii remote to aim, so much better. And then when you're near a crate, you don't have to actually aim at the crate and then use the knife. You just shake the Wii remote and he just automatically cuts it. I was like, "Oh, this is so much better."
Yeah.
But the Wii remote's battery is dying every 2 seconds.
Yeah, you gotta get some fresh rechargeable batteries. I actually had like a little back and forth with Lamar Wilson because he's always so ticked off of the Xbox controllers come with regular Duracells, and I said, it's a missed opportunity for Xbox. They could partner with Duracell in having their rechargeable batteries function in the Xbox controllers. So, you could recharge.
The new system is going to have to be the same way, I heard.
Yeah, but it would be cool if, like, through USB-C, like, in the bed of the controllers, you could actually recharge the batteries while using the controller. So if you had your controller plugged in, you could put rechargeable Duracell batteries in there and actually recharge those. I mean, from a environmental perspective and from selling rechargeable Duracell batteries, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, they should definitely have like a specialized battery pack that's cheap to fit in there for the charger like thing.
I don't even really want to talk about the PlayStation 5 controller because that thing looks bizarre. It looks like
I will never
like
judge a
somebody
system.
mounted a Vita onto the DualShock 4.
it looks like the PlayStation VR as a controller.
Well, I mean, your
I don't.
Switch is his controller.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't like the aesthetic, I should say.
I had a Dreamcast. Its controller didn't
dream.
bother me. I had an Xbox. Its controller didn't bother me.
I mean, as long as the controller is comfortable, I don't really care what it looks like, as long as it ergonomically makes sense. It's got to have good clicky buttons. I hate the soft buttons that don't have a good click.
Yeah.
Triggers,
Like the PlayStation
triggers
2.
that are real spongy.
The video.
The PlayStation 2 had those analog buttons. I never really... The only time I ever liked those was playing Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. Yeah. Oh, God, I love Vice City.
When I first saw that new PlayStation controller, I kind of cringed at first because the first picture I saw kind of looked like it didn't have physical buttons. It looked like they were like almost like a integrated, like a touch, like a captive touch screen kind of thing. Like the touchpad is, which I don't think anyone uses that. Yeah, I know there are some games that have functionality built into it, but I can't remember any game that I've ever played.
They tried. It's like the Xbox, the box that come with it.
The Kinect.
The Kinect. They tried.
It was most like the launch window games that had it. Like I remember like Killzone using it, and I remember like certain games you could scroll through the map using it, but nothing else really used it at all.
What's that game? Infamous. That definitely used it a lot.
But that was a launch window game.
I want another Infamous game so bad.
I also want to point out real quick that T is very Easter centric right now with the ears behind his head.
So
that He went the extra mile for you folks. Okay, He went for everybody
So-
there.
Matt, I can tell you're excited for Final Fantasy VII. Is that going to be your like the rest of the month for you?
So in the meantime, so I was playing Spider-Man and I beat Spider-Man, and I like everybody else, I have several games in the backlog. One of them being Horizon Zero Dawn, which is going to be one that I get to eventually. But Nintendo then put on sale Sonic Mania, so T's been after me to download it, and I just watched the Sonic movie, so I was in a Sonic mood. So once it went on sale, I'm like, okay, what the hell? I'll download it now. I'll make him happy, and he was he was happy for me. So I played it for like half an hour, and I had to text him and be like, dude, if you watch me here, it's been so long since I played a Sonic, and there's only been one Sonic game I've ever beaten, and that was Sonic Adventure 2.
Wow.
Yeah. I said, if you
Wow.
would have sat here and watched me play this, you would have picked the controller up out of my hand and struck me with it. I was so bad at it. Like, it's
that
going to
was
take
me
me a
playing
long
Dirt
time.
last night.
You
It's
playing
going
what?
to take me such a long time to get the rust scraped off.
Dave, what was it?
What'd you play, Dave?
Dirt 2.0 was the free game this month for
Oh.
PlayStation.
Right.
I downloaded it. I played it for 4 minutes and realized I couldn't drive this damn car to save my life and just hit delete. See ya.
And at least it was free.
So the thing, I'll give you a little hint on Sonic that might I don't know, like improve your experience. You don't got to go fast. The thing about Sonic is, like, his motto, got to go fast, but really there's parts of it that are precision platforming, and you really can just treat it like a Mario game at points. When you get to a point where there's platforms that are kind of like in precarious spots, you don't got to go fast. Just take your time.
I told him when he gets to the later levels, he'll want to pick up the controller and strike somebody.
that is true.
Now, if you
That
want
last level, the something Monarch level, no, I played that so many times and I cannot get off that level within 10 minutes. The time almost runs out every time, no matter how many times I play that level.
if you want a fun, good, cheap game, play Broforce.
That's
Yes.
a great one.
This is a good game. I played that.
No,
That-
Brogiver, I hate him. These damn turkeys.
Pro guy.
Dude, T-Man, if you have not played Broforce,
Yeah.
I have no idea what Broforce is.
Man.
It's
It's,
a riff
uh,
on an old 80s like action
yeah.
movie.
But it's fun in how it does it.
It's a good
And-
game. Like,
yeah.
at its core, it's a really good platformer.
it's a great game, and you will laugh your ass off, and
Yeah.
you'll lose, and you won't care because you're like, okay, this game more ridiculous. Oh my god, it's RoBrocop. Okay, dude, it's Judge Bro. Is that Bro the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah.
Like, Nebro.
That sounds like Conquer.
No.
Yeah.
It's like
It-
little 16-bit style.
But for Jordan's original question, yes, I'm very excited about Final Fantasy VII Remake. And what you said about the soundtrack is spot on. I own an extensive collection of video game soundtracks, and I'm definitely going to add this to the collection when it comes out. It's Final Fantasy VII soundtrack is still on my playlist to this day. In fact, listen to today. Like, it's
So I don't know if you know, but Uematsu did new music for it. The original composer for Final Fantasy VII.
Is that Attack of the Killer T Easter Bunny? Is that what that is?
The One-Winged Angel, when I first heard that music, I got goosebumps and I was like, I'm about to die.
That was like the quintessential shit is about to go down music. Like, like,
Yes.
when they break out the orchestrated shit,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
That was also 90% of Advent Children's lore.
Advent Children. We'll have to have a talk about that one day because I have mixed feelings on the whole compilation of Final Fantasy VII, but Advent Children definitely. The short answer is I love. I don't love. I like Advent Children a lot, but I
Yeah,
see
I
why
think
people-
like is the
How
right
many
answer.
swords were on that damn motorcycle?
I mean, it was the sorter cycle. It's the best thing. It makes sense for Cloud, right?
You know what nobody talks about though is that spin-off game where you play as Vincent.
Dirge of Cerberus. I was just thinking about that today.
Yeah.
I played that. It was actually mechanically, it was a fairly decent game to play.
Yeah.
I beat that and I beat Crisis Core.
Oh yeah, I beat Crisis Core. Half of that stuff that happened in Crisis Core, I forgot was in the was part of the original game.
Yeah, that's the thing about Crisis Core is that anything that you need to know from Crisis Core, the original game tells you. So it doesn't, in my book, it doesn't add that much, but it's kind of nice to flesh out Zack.
That Zack, I completely deleted him out of my memory.
Yeah.
That story in Final Fantasy VII.
But he's kind of important.
Over the place.
Kind of important.
Yeah. It was all over the place. I remember at certain points in the game, they sit down like, okay, let's recap. And I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
So I got
that was like 20 hours ago.
I got the physical copy. It's coming in tomorrow from Best Buy, so I didn't get to preload it or anything, but that's okay. I'll get to. This one I wanted the physical copy of, so I found
anybody wish they got that version that came with like the Play Art Sky Cloud and the motorcycle?
Not really. So
I wouldn't mind it, but I can't afford it.
Yeah,
same.
And that's the thing too. I've seen people complain about. Okay, you can literally finish that sentence with anything, but I've seen people complain about, like, say specifically Tifa's design in the new game, especially like to put a fine point on it. Her breast size was reduced from the original game.
Ruined for life.
I got to tell you though,
I feel like Jesse's was increased.
Jesse's was increased, and if you look at the way Tifa's character model is now, all I need to do is point out Mortal Kombat 11 for how much they can actually nerf character designs. I think she got off lucky compared to what she used to look like. I think she looks close enough for anybody. Right. I mean, the other character, look up Scarlet, one of the Shinra executives. She found the breast that Tifa lost. Big time.
No, I didn't even notice any changes with Tifa. I was okay with it until people put it into my brain.
It's not even a big deal, right? She's still absolutely recognizable. All the character designs look fantastic. And Play Arts Kai has a line of figures coming out for them. Like, where the hell are they at? Why haven't we seen anything? There's no solicitation, no pre-orders that I've seen anyway.
One thing shocking to me with them de-sexifying the female characters is these are Japanese companies, and normally they don't care.
Right. Like that would be why Mortal Kombat got it, right?
Yeah. Why they turned Shiva into Charles Barkley is beyond me.
He might actually pay to have his likeness, though. You don't know the back end deal.
Oh, that's terrible.
They took away Jill's skirt in the RE3 remake and made him made him shorts.
I don't know. I think that makes more sense for her to be in kind of like gym clothes, when the whole fucking zombie apocalypse breaks out. That redesign did not bother me at all.
She could have still had on the tank top. I mean, top.
But her classic costumes are unlockable in the game. Like, if you pre-ordered it, you got her classic costume.
I don't think I'll ever pre-order a game ever again.
There's something to be said about that too. I mean, especially with digital releases, there's no fear of missing out. So there's unless it's something is going to be a grand slam for yourself, like, why would you? And why not just wait for the reviews? And if you like it, you can literally that instant after the review's over, go and download it and be playing it within the time it takes to download it. So I'm with you. I get it.
I mean, I pre-order games depending on the bonus, right? Like, it's funny. Like, if you think about like the PlayStation 2 era, like that, what was it, the fifth or sixth generation of consoles? Like, there was a reason to pre-order games because there was actual scarcity. But now you don't run into that. And the only reason I pre-ordered Resident Evil 3 was because I wanted the Steelbook. Like, Best Buy had a Steelbook for it, and I'm a sucker for Steelbooks.
And they know that. That's how they're trying to get people now to keep with the pre-bonuses and the DLC that, the first day deal. That's bullshit, though. But you can get first day DLC with pre-orders. It's...
Yeah. And I agree with that pick there. Yeah, they made She-Ra into a middle school boy and didn't get She-Ra very far. I think She-Ra actually is wrapping itself up. I don't think characters have to be like overly sexualized, but I mean, I think that you can make something like an ideal male or female physique and have it be appealing. That's where like a lot of these designs stand the test of time.
But not only that, like that's what she looked like. That was the character design. It's almost like arguing. I always go back to like Lilith and Morrigan from Darkstalkers. Like those are two very different frames for two very different women, but both are who the characters are supposed to be. Like that's who they are, and that's when there's no reason to redesign them differently and change body proportions because that's not the character.
It's like if I ever see a Chun-Li that skips a leg day, then I'm out.
Right.
Or Dave, I know you're a big SNK fan.
My Sharonai. I know.
Yeah. If they, then they've censored Maya a little bit, but like
her finishing phrase is bouncy. Yeah.
She-Ra, they made her look like an ambiguous Steven Universe character.
What's the thing is like I think like all of those designs, they come out of like the California Institute of Art, and they kind of have their own guidelines for how they do art. That's why like Gumball, Clarence, what's the other one? Thundercats Roar, which thankfully went away. They all have like the same art style.
That never happened. That never happened.
Yeah. Where like everything is just kind of like, it's like, like all the designs are kind of like, I don't know, like kind of like genderless blobs.
Right.
Like, you ever watch the old Powerpuff Girls?
Oh, I love those.
Sarah Bellum, the mayor's assistant.
Yeah, I mean,
that was like blatantly that was like comical. They didn't put her in the remake.
And it's a shame because like despite the fact that like she was shaped like she was like the brains to the mayor's.
That was the whole idea. It's like that was.
She was shaped like Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. And
Could
you
they
couldn't
bring Jessica Rabbit back?
You couldn't do Jessica Rabbit in 2020, unfortunately.
No, you could not.
But there's another example of someone that again is the character design. There's nothing here to really agree or disagree with. Like whoever came up with that character, that's what she fucking looks like. I mean,
and she said she was just drawn that way.
She was just drawn that way, right? She's not bad. She's just drawn that way. And that goes both ways. That accounts for, He-Man is a big fucking muscular dude that unfortunately, no matter how hard he tries, He-Man is never going to look like.
This reminds me, the Dexter's Lab comment, yeah, I do agree with that. There was an episode where Dexter tried to replace Dee Dee. I love the gag because, like, there's, like, the model that comes and applies, and Dexter is super oblivious to like what the model's there to do. God, I gotta say, like, I love Gennady Tartakovsky. If anybody hasn't seen like the last season of Samurai Jack, go watch that now. It's some of the best. Yeah. Like it's some of the best animation that you'll see, and Tartakovsky, he's a dude that just appreciates animation. Like side note from our video game conversation, like I love why he loves Popeye, and if you don't know why he loves Popeye, go watch why he loves Popeye, because like he's an immigrant and he actually learned how to talk. He learned a lot of English through Popeye cartoons, and that also fueled his love of animation. And but still, like, I love a lot of the old Gennady Tartakovsky stuff that he did for Cartoon Network.
One of my favorite ones was the one with Macho Man on there talking. He was Rasslor.
On Dial M per Monkey. Yeah.
Yeah, I rented that from Blockbuster, and I rewound that part with him doing the monologue. I rewinded that so many times because I just loved hearing him talk.
Yeah.
Your planet
And
suffers
his is a name that I've read many a times. That I'm glad you said it out loud because I had no fucking clue how to say his name.
Kennedy.
No. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been able to pronounce it.
Most recently, he did Hotel Transylvania. He did that trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're surprisingly decent movies.
And My Little Pony.
Yeah, I wasn't aware
I
of
didn't
that.
know that.
That's
until
why all the
recently.
bronies are out there.
Hmm.
Because it was him.
But I'll wrap up the last little bit of at least what I have to say about Final Fantasy. The
Oh,
only
yeah,
thing
right.
that
We were
worries
talking to
me,
you.
the only thing that worries me about Final Fantasy is that I don't know how long it's going to take for the other parts to come out because we haven't heard a damn thing about them. And hopefully we're not 3 or 4 years in between each section of this game. They need
Yeah.
to do this on a yearly basis and still have them good.
Yeah,
You'll have
that's
one
like
for
the
each system.
thing
One will
about
be for the next-
episodic content. It's like like Half-Life, and that's the thing is like the new Half-Life is just for VR, so not too many people even get to experience it. But it's like, are we gonna get like 2 episodes in, and then they're gonna hit like a speed bump?
Maybe they're doing it like Resident Evil. Like you didn't know that they were doing part 3 at the same time. It sounded like they were doing part 3 first.
I hope so.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm all right if we don't have minute-to-minute updates on this thing, as long as it comes out sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Where the first part of this was in development for 6 years.
Yeah.
I can't imagine we'd have that long a wait for the next part, but just even 2 years is a bit much.
The Kickstarter comes out next month.
I mean,
Yeah, but then Shenmue 3 was like one of the most successful Kickstarters, but also like one of the most disappointing games of last year.
Right. That game drove me up the wall. I kept hearing good stuff about it, then I got it on a Dreamcast. The way it controlled drove me crazy.
I can see like T turning it off with, "I'm looking for some sailors." No, I'm not.
That, and I think you had to like turn his whole body, like took all day to turn around.
If you want
But
to
then
play,
the way you fought, like, oh my god,
play the Yakuza games. You'll enjoy it so much better.
right? That and shit, what is that? Sleeping Dogs. I love that.
Yeah, well, that was a originally going to be a true crime game.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're not a man unless you have a pork bun in your hand.
as for me, I've been playing a shit ton of Animal Crossing, and I've been
weird stuff on it.
No, well, okay. I put Dave's face in Animal Crossing.
You did not.
I did. I sent you a picture.
He put it everywhere.
I thought that was a joke.
No, that's not a Photoshop. That's just a thing you can do.
it is a joke, but it's one of Jordan's elaborate real life jokes. Like the shirt that he's. Why would you think that? Look at his
Look how the
shirt.
hat came off. He's like, God damn it!
We need to have a talk, man.
At least start charging him for your likeness.
What to
The
say?
craziest thing I've seen is somebody created like a diner on the game,
Oh,
and then when you go downstairs, they had a dungeon for the animals where they were.
yeah, the Arby's.
Yeah, the Arby's. Oh yeah, that was on Cinemassacre. You saw
I'll
that?
show you the craziest thing I've seen so far. I don't know if anybody remembers the show or not. Oh, come on. Let me
Chances are I do.
see if I can.
Can
if
you
I can
wrap
pull
your
it up.
hair all the way around, Dave?
Hmm?
Can you wrap your hair all the way around?
No,
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't
share
have
it
that
out.
emo cut anymore.
Wouldn't that be some bullshit?
Somebody
if
created-
Jordan copyrighted Dave's likeness before Dave could.
But somebody created a fucking Corey in the House graphic.
Okay, I don't remember this show.
But yes.
Yeah.
But why?
After Raven left, he became the star.
Yeah, basically. And that's like a fucking jobby joke right there. I don't I don't get it. It's just fucking stupid. But
What
that's
is that like part of a house? How do you even do that?
he was in like the White House. Like I think the show was
No,
like
I mean, how do you put that graphic
Oh.
that big in there?
because you can do custom graphics and you can do them in like sections. So so basically he probably did like one piece here, one piece here, one piece here, one piece here. So he probably did like 15 like pieces of this to get it like printed on the yard in front of his house.
Yikes!
A very specific joke.
Yeah, right. You know, versus like I have like one Dave graphic that you can download.
And you have to parts for my glasses.
Didn't you make an entire room with just plastered with Dave?
Yeah, well, because it's just like this picture, but like when you do it, it like replicates across the whole room.
I do not need my visage to go viral.
It's not going to go viral.
It's going to be the computer worm to destroy the cyber age. Just Dave's image just popping up all over everyone's computer screens.
I got to create one of like Grumpy
internet.
T-Man.
Everybody that zooms now, like his image will penetrate, and it'll just be Dave faces on every Zoom meeting, everywhere through the cosmos.
I hate
Dave
it.
breaks the internet.
Of all the pictures, it had to be that one.
I mean, it is on a shirt. Aside from Animal Crossing, I'm getting Final Fantasy VII. I did complete Resident Evil 3, which I liked. I kind of wrote a quick review of it. It's got good bones. I think Resident Evil 2 is the better game by and far. I think the biggest problem with Resident Evil 3 is the cut content. It feels like very abridged. I've been a lifelong, I shouldn't say a lifelong, but I've been at least for the life of the series, I've been a fan of Resident Evil. And, the fact of the matter is that they shouldn't have cut the puzzles. They shouldn't have cut the clock tower or the park. Had they given this game a little bit more time to bake and included that content, it could have been great. Instead, it was, oh boy.
What was that?
So I guess I have to change shirts before I go to bed tonight.
Again.
There's a little peek behind the curtain.
Is that just a once a week kind of thing, or?
Alexa, just tell me he doesn't wear the mask. Just tell me he doesn't wear the mask.
No, I don't wear the mask.
Really?
All right, I think that's a good.
That's a good jumping off point there.
Yeah, it can't get any better than that.
You end on Bonnie Taylor. But yeah, Resident Evil 3 has good bones. I wouldn't say pay the full price for it. Wait for it to hit.
Well, there's that.
Don't let my wife hear you say that.
She didn't say bad. She didn't say bad at all. She just said weird.
Just said weird, yeah.
So, if there were people here to be found, let's see. Dave, where can we find you besides apparently
I'll be playing
Jordan's
Final
bedroom?
Fantasy VII this week.
Apparently you can find me on his bedspread.
Oh my God, his pillowcases are printed, aren't they?
Oh,
That's what she's
yeah,
talking about.
Hey, Joe, can we do that? Can we do that? Can we?
I think we just need to stop worrying about like what kind of products we can make and just print the fabric in a roll. Just sell it in like 50-foot rolls. That way people can just make whatever they want. Bed sheets, pillowcases, everything. You know, Alicia's been making masks. Maybe I'll have to get some of that so she can make Dave masks.
Yeah. So apparently you can find me on him next to his
Everywhere.
girlfriend,
That's
and
an interesting sentence.
you can find me on the PlayStation Network at True Star Screamer. You can find me on Instagram at True Star Screamer. And once these hands can hold a camera again, I'll be taking more pictures. And
Why can't they hold the camera?
because goddamn, they just itch right now. Okay, dude, I got freaking. It's between my fingers now.
That's horrible.
Oh, we could make Dave face masks.
He
Yes.
can make
just
them for
missed
the-
that entire conversation.
That's
That
Yeah.
what I just said. They would be hot sellers.
Can you transfer the poison oak stuff to people?
no, once it's where I'm at right now, no, you can't.
He sounds sad about that too. It's like I can't infect anybody.
I am very thankful because I also have it right in the center of my.
No.
Hey, Nightwing, if we make Dave underwear, it's gonna be the kind with the sleeve. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be.
We'll say this: you make a body pillow to my proportions, it will be the snuggliest thing around, but it may take more of the bed than you realize. Hey,
I'm on the internet. You can just look me up.
T-Man, take it, T-Man, take it. These hands
I'm
are
here Thursdays and jump, and I might be on my channel at some point again. Stay subscribed. And subscribe here if you haven't already. Click the notification bell. And comment after the video.
They are still.
Parts Farmer, where can we find you?
You can find me here. You can type the name Parts Former in a bunch of places. I'm going to be on PlayStation Network playing a single-player game, so don't bother me there.
I will. I'm going to
You
friend
might
you. I'm going
find
to send you like
Transformer.
messages. How you liking Final Fantasy, Matt?
You can do that. I'd be
now?
welcome to hear from you. Is this like you keep telling us, like, hey, guys, you really should come over to my house sometime and I'll cook for you, but then you never invite us?
Well, we're in a lockdown now.
That's a convenient excuse. You
It is
arranged
a
this.
Are you saying I started the Rona so I would have to invite people over again?
I'm not saying that, but you're saying that, so I guess now
You are
someone's
saying
saying that.
I'm just saying, if you guys were in North Carolina, man, the grill would be fired up.
That sounds like an excuse to me.
We could sit 6 feet apart, I guess.
Joe, how about you? Joe passes. Jordan, how about you?
All right, so you can find me here with this colorful cast of characters every Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on Facebook under the alias of James Jordan. You can find me on Instagram as Extra Zero. And you can, of course, find me on the PlayStation Network as Extra Zero and Xbox Live as Extra Zero with a space in between Extra and Zero. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. It's been great being here with you all.
I love you all. I love every one of you.
You know, people might look at me weird about that. What the wrestling buddy, Dave.
The Super Slammers. Anyway, it's been great having you all. It's been great being here with you all. We'll see you all here next week. Same figure action time, same figure action place. Everybody be safe, and I hope you all have a great weekend.
Johnny.
Take care.